Hello Stampers, Deb Valder here, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach, and today I'm going to do a panel card for you. Today I want to kind of showcase our new journey paper. It is our designer paper right here. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let me give you a sneak peek at it here. You get 6 designs and they are just absolutely gorgeous on both sides of it. So just kind of showcasing some of the paper, ho ho ho. Just absolutely think that it is the best paper on the market. It is cardstock quality and it just lends itself to projects so nicely. You've seen me in recent days do some really good projects with these and like I said, I just love them. Both sides of the paper are gorgeous, so it doesn't matter whether you use one side or the other. You've got quite a variety and quite a few sheets of cardstock in each one of them. I'm also going to be using our mirror paper, which is absolutely beautiful, and it just lends such elegance to a project. I just want you to just make sure you kind of look into that also. Alright, so this is a panel card. It's really super simple. It's been around for a very long time, and it's just beautiful. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to do all of the layers. We're going to start off with our stamp sets, and the stamp set that I used for the words comes from Poinsettia baskets. You've seen me use this quite a few times, so I'm using the Christmas wishes out of that one. I'm also going to be using our ovals die for both the Christmas wishes and for this oval back here, and I used the coordinating piercers, and they are all in our journey ovals. Okay, so here we have those. And then I also wanted to show you some other new products that we have. This one is called the Poinsettia Burst, and that's in our Journey Holiday catalog also. And you get 6 to a card, and they're just gorgeous. Along with that, I am going to use one of our new Bloom benefits called Christmas Leaf. Now, both of these have a little bit of an odor when you get them. So what I usually do is I take them out of the package and I just let them air out for a day or two, and the smell of them go away. All right? So those are some of the things that we're going to use in this card. And like I said, our paper is absolutely gorgeous. So let's start from the bottom up. Let's start with our base card. And we're just going to take and fold this one way, and we're going to turn it and we're going to fold it the other way, just so you don't get any of those nasty little lines in there. And what I mean by that is down here at the crease. Alright, so just really a very pretty card to start with. Alright? Alright, so now we need to add some layers. So what I did was I took our mirror paper and I actually cut my oval out of that. That's this oval right here. So I already cut that out, so I can just actually put that right on with our Easy Glide. I like to do that in the middle also here, since we don't have a middle here. And then we're just going to center that onto our background. Now this is only 1/8 of an inch larger than our next layer. Alright, now all the measurements will be on my blog. I'll tell you what they are here, but I also want you to know that you can always reference them back on my blog. Alright, and I will try to do the measurements to go along with that. Okay, so there's that. Now we have our whipped cream cardstock. Excuse me, which is 1/8 of an inch smaller than this. So the card base is 11 by 4 1/4 and scored at 5 1/2. Mirror paper is 5 by 3 3/4. Our next layer is just 1/8 of an inch difference. So our whipped cream cardstock right here is going to be 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. All right, so we'll just add that onto here. Just a hint of the gold makes it look so elegant. Alright, so there's that. And now our next layer is our designer paper, and that is 3 by 4 5/8. Alright, so we're going to take a 3 by 4 5/8 inch piece of paper. I'm going to bring in my trimmer, because we need our trimmer for this, and we're just going to take and trim these at 1 inch intervals. Alright, so we're going to take and put this here. And you always cut going forward so that it stays straight. Alright, and then here's this one right here at 1 inch. Now what you need to do is to make sure that when you put your panel back together, and this is very, very important. Now you can actually stamp this instead of using designer paper, but this designer paper is absolutely gorgeous. Now what you need to do is to put the puzzle back together. All right, so we're going to just take and find out where these pieces go. There we go, that one goes there. Okay, and this one goes right there. All right, the reason you need to do that is because when you separate it like this, you want it to still flow with just that white, that hint of white in between. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to, starting at 1, and I'm going to just center this. Actually, what I like to do is to just put the 2 end ones on first. All right, and what I'm doing here is just making sure that it's even all the way around. All right, so there's that one. I'm going to put the 2 end pieces on first. That's a very important part of the panel card because it's much easier to get them centered properly when you do it this way than trying to put them all in a row. All right, so I don't know if you knew that or not, but it just makes it so much easier. All right. And I'm not pushing them down too hard because if I have to adjust them, I still have time to adjust them. All right. And here's this one. Do you see how it just flows so pretty? And there's that. All right. So there we go. We have it flowing along. Oops, let me just move this one over just a little bit. There we go. Alrighty, so now we have our panel. That's our panel card. Wasn't that easy? But look at how beautiful that is. Now to bring it all together, we're going to take and we're going to bring in some of our little elements. So first thing that I want to do is to bring in my Christmas leaves, and I'm going to bring in my little craft shears to go along with that because we're going to cut these. And I only want the ends of them. Now I can take and cut off pieces. I can just cut off small pieces also to use for, like I can just cut off a leaf to accent something else if I wanted to. I'm going to take this one, and I think that's it. I think that's what I'll use for this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these little pieces, okay, because I don't need the whole thing. Alright, so I'm just going to cut off maybe right about there. Alright, so there's that one. And I'll save the other piece for another time. Now this one I had already cut off, and then I'm just going to cut off the tip of this so that I can use the rest of these for something else, because I only need a little hint of all of this. Now you're asking, how are we going to adhere these? What I'm going to do is to take some of my Journey Craft glue and start it with that. I just want to kind of line them up here somewhere, somehow, some way. Alrighty, so here's that. Alright, and then I'm going to take, actually I'm going to take a Journey foam square for this one. Alright, because we're going to use those on our, just to hold them temporarily. And just take another one over here. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now we got to work on this part right here. So I've already pre-cut my oval, which is right here. Alright, and I did that with my mirror paper and with my, I'm just going to change my little tool here to my spatula so that I can take that off without. And you just kind of pull this down. This is our bloom tool. You know, everybody already has one of these. It comes with 7 different tools that you can attach to it. All right, so there's that. All right, and then we're going to take and attach this. All right, so I'm going to attach it. Actually, I'm going to push these down just a little bit. There we go. Let's see if that's far enough down. I think I can go down just a little bit farther. There we go. Okay. So I have my foam squares on that side, so I need to put foam squares on this side. Do you see how fast this card is? Super fun and absolutely to die for. All right, so here's that one. Alrighty, so now what we have left is to emboss. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to get rid of my craft shears right here. And we are going to take and emboss. So now what I need to do is to bring in my colorless blender. Let's move this out of the way for just a moment. I'm going to bring in my colorless blender, and the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want all of my embossing powder everywhere where I shouldn't have it. All right. This is kind of like a resin bag. It takes the place of a resin bag type thing. I'm going to bring in my stamp from my stamp set and just my clear pigment ink, and stamp this down. There we go, right in the middle. And bring in my media tray, my gold embossing powder, and you see how nice and clean that stamps? Because we have the colorless blender on there. Alright, so now let me just grab, here it is, I have my chip clip. Okay, and then I'm going to hold it with my chip clip. You can use any chip clip, I just happen to have a set of jaws here. Teeth, false teeth. Alright, and let me get my, my heat tool. I'm going to move this out of here, turn on my tool, and let's start heating. So there is my words. I do heat it from underneath. For me, it just heats so much better. I do heat from the top too, but when it's something as elegant as this and I don't want it to be bubbly or whatever, give it a try. Give it a try. It's just a really neat way to emboss. Back in the day, and that was long before my time, they ended up doing it with the stove. I can't even imagine that, but that's what they did. Alright, we're just going to center this actually off to the right just a tad bit. No, see, there we go. Alrighty, and then we're going to take our flour. Now, we're going to have drying time for this, okay, because I'm going to take a glob of our best glue ever and just put a glob of our glue right on here and right on here, and when the two meet, they will be forever. There we go. Okay, just like that. Isn't that so pretty? And that's all there is to this panel card. Panel cards are so much fun. And like I said, you can take and you can use your one-sheet wonders. You know, when you stamp up all of your one-sheet wonders, and it's just really, really, really pretty. Very, very, very pretty. And you can just cut it up into the pieces that you need, and you're good to go. Panel cards, super easy. I want you to give it a try. Make sure you look into our papers in that mini catalog. They are just gorgeous. There's 3 complete sets of them. You'll see me using them a lot because I absolutely love them. Just had to get you in on this Christmas one. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. You take care. Have a great day, and thank you for stopping by. Love you guys. Bye-bye.